Hello and welcome to the Keep on the Borderlands on what can only be described as a grim night. Why we are sitting around the well here talking to some of the local farmers by the non-existent light of the moon, I do not know, but suffice it to say we're here. Perhaps we're patrolling the streets to keep away any of the local bandits. Maybe we've got a little job on the side doing that. So, we'll put last time's defeat behind us and say welcome to Epics. The first thing I will say is, despite the fact we got pretty well thrashed in that last one, there is no need whatsoever in heroic leveling to go up as far as level 18 quests. Even if you're like me and you don't have VIP, I'm absolutely confident that between the 16s, Wayloon, or even Meridia, if you fancy that, the Lords of Dust chain, the 17s in the Shan docks, and the Druids chain, perhaps. No need at all to touch 18s. I think that should be ample to get you to the cap. We did do some in the Shan docks afterwards and performed very nicely. Same in Wayloon, no problem at all, just using the blood tribute to get us through. So the only time we really got smashed towards the back end of that life, apart from the crazy technicians in Shan, was the that one that you saw, the Vecna one. And going on Reaper on a level 18 quest, you're kind of asking for trouble there. So I did repeat it on Elite, and even there it was a bit of a bumpy ride. Managed to succeed on that, and didn't get my rune arm, which is fair enough. I kind of had in mind if we can complete this on Reaper, then maybe we'll get a rune arm. But no such luck for Elite. So, where does that leave us now? Well, we're in reasonably good heart going into the epic, and I've made a concerted effort to gear him out reasonably well, using a mixture of early epic gear that my archer uses when he levels, and the part of the family set. So as you can see up here, we're benefiting from 3 different set bonus here. 5-piece salt marsh. We have the part of the family heroic. The only part of that doesn't stack with the salt marsh is the 10 melee power. Everything else is different, so well worth having. And then we've got a little Raven's Eye bonus, which you might remember from heroic. I'm a bit sad to see it's the same bonus, just still 3 attack and damage. But we also have 3 now on, well, 3 Seeker basically, isn't it? 3 artifact bonus to critical, confirmation and damage. The search and spot is pretty irrelevant for us. So that little bonus is because we've got the Gem of Many Facets there with the epic Raven Sight. The Raven Sight comes from the Red Fens, easily upgraded to 20. Now that item on its own for our build is pretty good. I mean, there are quite a few things that are doubled up here. For example, the accuracy and the true seeing are both on other items, but the wisdom slotted and the insightful wisdom are going to help us, because you may remember our divine will is based off wisdom. So we're getting +7 boost to tactic DCs and our damage, which isn't to be sniffed at. Good luck too for the saves. Now the saves aren't terrible. Fortitude is decent for based on con. The will is focused on a bit with the Barbarian and goes up even further when we are raging, so that's nice. The reflex is the weaker one obviously, but we have boosted that in Reaper. So Hopefully they won't be too shabby. The hat, I couldn't think of anything better than this. 10 melee power. I know it's only a level 5 item. It's up to level 12 because I put a higher level topaz in there. But 10 melee power and 15 healing amp isn't terrible, I don't think. Part of the family set there. True Seeing, Armor Piercing, Deadly, Relentless Fury, very good item. On the gem, bear in mind this is for my archer, so I just tried to craft something that might be useful to in most situations. So spell saves is very nice to have. That's an 8 on top of all our saving throws for anything coming from a spell. Insightful accuracy, which we don't have otherwise. Armor piercing is a bit better than what's come on the family recruit thing. Sailcloth cloak, an upgraded salt marsh item. Dex we're not too bothered about. It's our reflex save, isn't it? So it does do something for us. Accuracy is duplicated. Deadly we haven't seen before, so that's nice. That's a straight bonus to damage. And the Sapphire of Vertigo is important for our build to give our trip more. So we're sitting at the moment on 41 and 43. That's without any rage or anything else, because the rage will obviously boost it higher. Diamond of Search is for the archer, because he's like thiefy, trappy type. Ranged power, that's the same, that's for the archer. Insightful Dex will give us a bit more reflex save. Parrying is nice. Extra AC and saves. Seeker, very nice for the crits. This ring I put on literally just to complete the 5-piece set for the Salt Marsh, but it does have some decent things slotted for the build. Defense for PRR and MRR, and Con for hit points obviously. Part of the family, Insightful Double Strike. Oh, I missed the fact the Gem of Many Facets. I sneaked a Sword Cross Topaz on there, which is Double Strike 6. Not amazing, but better than the none we had on the gear otherwise. And so we've got Insightful Double Strike 3 on there. Canith Combat Infusion is awesome for us when it goes off for more strength and con and dex. And extra bonus to double strike, so just awesome to have that on a piece. Seeker is irrelevant because we've got it higher. Insightful Deadly is kind of irrelevant as long as I keep the Divine Will going, because that's an insightful bonus to damage, so it's the same thing, so it won't stack. The boots, unfortunately we've lost our 15 DR from the Golden Greaves that we wore all the way through Heroic. I've just noticed there's a Con 9 on there, so my Con 9 diamond in there is utterly irrelevant. But otherwise, freedom of movement is nice on there, and this is also helping us to get the 5-piece Salt Marsh set. And the Diamond of Strength, I think that is helpful. We are missing Insightful Strength. There is a Salt Iron Bracer that could have gone in here, which would have given us Insightful Strength and Sheltering. But I couldn't put it in. I had to put, as we've taken a healing spell, the Renewal, had to put something to help that. So I chose this one, and Insightful Wisdom isn't bad. That's helping us with our Trans Divine Will. This one I should have put on much sooner. Stunning 9, so that was a clear upgrade on the Stunning Belt that we had through Heroic. Accuracy 12, another upgrade. And Ghostly, which would have allowed me to swap our Ghostly Cloak. Is it still on us? Is it that one? Yeah, which wasn't really doing that much for us. We could have swapped that for something else, like the level 14 version of the Mysterious Cloak maybe, or one of the level 15 Shan cloaks, which I think I picked one up, didn't I? Maybe not, maybe I've sold it already. So yeah, could have, should have, didn't. But that's a nice item for our current build. We don't have ghostly at the moment on anything else. So that's the gear, 3 different set bonuses, and for the weapon, we're reunited with an old friend, our epic Zoom from our Eldritch Night life. No sentience or anything. I'm not going to keep messing about with sentient things for every life because it costs me a fortune in sentient toolkits. So I'm not going to keep doing that. Um, that said, this is a damn fine weapon in its own right, and I think it's got the same critical threat range as the whirlwind that we were using, 15 to 20, but one more on the multiplier, so it defaults as a ×3, and because we have 2 in our Barbarian, our Frenzied Berserker tree at the tier 5, then we get to ×5, so that's a pretty tasty weapon to have for use from 20. So, let's just have a quick look at the notes. Yeah, broadly speaking, the heroic leveling went a lot smoother than I'd expected. You can lean heavily on the blood tribute from early through mid, even into late heroic, and do very nicely. I mean, we saw in the Grim and Barrett quest, I think, so we were, what, level 16 then, and we were still doing very, very nicely with just that, and no cleric. Now, if you wanted a bit of a smoother ride, because obviously you've all seen the defeat in the Vecna quest, we could have knocked it down to elite, which would have made a cleric hireling much more viable, because they could have full use of their own heals then, so they would survive a lot better if they came along with you. So that last couple of levels, it would certainly have been an option to go on elite and take the best cleric that we could find. Could have lessened the pain slightly. What else have I got written here? Oh, I think that's it for the. Oh yes, the only time I struggled in Wayloon, because we don't have, or we didn't have freedom of movement on any of the gear. The spell orb paralysis and subsequent damage almost killed us in one section there, but thankfully we managed to pull through. So let's have a look where we're at with the well, we've seen the character in general. The strength is pretty decent. The rest of the stats aren't bad. It's kind of a rounded gear set I've chosen. Fortifications may be a bit on the low side. Resistances I'm not bothered because we've picked up the divine energy resistance from Sentinel, which we had to go in anyway to get the heal, the renewal. I think I need to put that somewhere else because that Q key is going to be saved for the coming of Whirlwind at 21. Right, so that's where we're at with the general things. Let's have a look at the enhancements. No, wrong key. Enhancements. Okay, so this is how we finished up. 24 in the Orky tree, all sorts of good things there. The full hit and damage line, so between those for 8 points we've got 8 to hit and damage with two-handed weapons, which is very nice. A bit more strength, a bit more will save, one more action boost, a boosted up power attack, more strike through, more damage versus helpless, which we can cause with our stunning blow, and more strength when raging. So all sorts of orky goodness in there. From the Kensai tree we've got the haste boost and a little bit more hit and damage with actually that's with heavy blades, isn't it? So if we do swap to an axe at 21, I'll have to remember to try and change that out. I'll compare the we have a drow great axe of the Weapon Master that we could use from 21. I would like to, because it's got stunning on it, which will do well for our build, but we'll see how it compares with the Epic Zoom and make a decision then. So main tree, Berserker, at level 20 we took this one, the Death Frenzy, very nice, plus 6 strength, plus 1 crit damage on 19 to 20 and plus 3 imbue dice while that is going. So I've put it in our business area so I can hopefully keep an eye on it and reactivate it or activate it before we go into a battle. I threw some spare points into Ravager, extra con when raging, second core for a bit more melee power and heal amp, so not to be sniffed at. 1 hit and damage in the Harper tree, not terrible. I've automatically got, we have 1 universal point anyway to use, so that's 1 hit. We've actually got 2 hit and damage, haven't we, for 3 points, which isn't terrible. Our 75% longer rage in the Occult Slayer, and our little Divine Will from Warsoul. So we're kind of spread a bit all over the place. I've never used 7 different trees before. I'm not going to say it's optimal, but it's certainly done well enough for us. I think this has been, to this point at least, more effective than our Tempest Ranger was, and I think it's done better than the Monk as well, even though the Monk had the bird assisting. We've kind of got our own bird here in the form of Stunning Blow and Trip, haven't we? So it's like a built-in bird, if you will. Let's have a quick look what we've done with the Epic Destinies. So 2 of them are kind of chosen for me. I had to go for a heal, so I went for the best one, the Renewal. In so doing, picked up a bit of Fortification and so the Divine Energy Resist, so we're not too bothered about energy resist on the gear. Well, in fact, not at all. And we had to go for the spellcasting while raged from Draconic. So again, just picked up the nice things on the way, 6 armor class and fortitude saves. No failing a fortitude save on a 1, which is nice. A bit more on the reflex save, which is our weakest one. And then the casting spells while raging. And the main tree, I've never used either Dreadnought or Fury as my main tree. And I've been debating. The purists would certainly say to use Fury. But I think we didn't do too bad. We haven't done too bad in the last times with the melees when I've got like a set routine with the buttons I'm pressing through heroic, and then we just sort of round it out rather than add more buttons in epic, because the fact I'm only doing 1 life, it would be nice to kind of settle on the buttons and just add little bits. I would like to add a wings, this one, where is it? It's called Lay Waste, isn't it? No, Dire Charge. I'd like to add that one. In fact, I could have had it, couldn't I? Muppet. I put them into Tactics DC, so the first chance I get, we're going to add the Dire Charge. Call that our wings. It goes off a stun DC, so that'll be nice. And just like the one in Grandmaster of Flowers that we used in our Monk one, the Drifting Lotus, things get added to it as you move up the tree. So I think, isn't it in there? No, there's another one somewhere that adds to it, and I can't find it now. Yeah, so there we're going to start tripping opponents from 23, and then I'm hoping with this Epic Destiny reorganization they've got planned, things like this will go up in logical order. Like here you can see I'm searching all over the place for it, but if we could have the Dire Charge and then the momentum swing and the lay waste all in one line with an arrow through, so you could see the logical progression. So the progression is at the end we're going to get some stunning opportunities when we use that attack, which is very nice. It's going to synergize well with our helpless thing from the orc tree, and the stunning blow as well, and the focus on that. So for the moment in Dreadnought, I've just got 3 tactics DCs, but there's plenty of nice stuff. Not least Ghost Touch there, which we don't have at the moment in any Destiny or Tree, and the extra imbue dice. More action boosts. I think there's more double strike, so there's plenty to go at in there for us. So that's the one I've chosen for the main tree. Right, I thought that we would try. I know we did the Borderlands in Heroic, and I've got that in one of the very earliest episodes. But it's kind of become a rite of passage, hasn't it? It's like, does the build stack up in early Epic or doesn't it? So this is going to be the proof of the pudding. I do hope it's not going to be an absolute death fest, at least not on our side. But if it is, at least we'll know. If he anything other than dying all over the place, I'll count that as a decent success. Like if the crowd control can work, and if we can do reasonably well, I'll be more than happy. Because as you'll know if you've followed these series, these lives in the past, this first level or 2 in Epic has been more than a struggle going straight in on Reaper alone. But I've done everything I can. I've given us a heal. We've got the casting when raged. Are we going? No, we're not going down there, are we?
These must be the caves of chaos, where the cultists and their monster allies.
I always seem to start with the worst one. This is actually a level higher than all, or is it 2 levels higher? Are these 20? No, these are 21, aren't they? Crikey, so this is going to be effective 24. This is not going to be a good way to start, but on the plus side, if we can get through this one, I don't see any reason why we can't challenge all of them. I've got my Death Ward clickable upgraded, Epic Dust Cart, 15 minutes of Death Ward, and let's just have a quick look now where we're at with the stats and the DCs now. So out of the gate we've got 60 and 62 for the crowd control DCs, which is very nice. And stats wise, hang on, we've actually got more than that. 71 strength, and we're up to 63 and 65. That's while the 5th core is running the Death Frenzy. So we should at least be able to do some damage. The stun, of course, won't work on undead, but that's pretty good. Pretty good. Take that. Just don't do anything stupid. And remember to trigger the Death Frenzy whenever we go into a new contact. And the haste boost. And the heal. So I'm not relying so much anymore on temporary hit points from Blood Tribute. And let's remember to scout every area for the Codex page, because I think in Heroic I missed it, didn't I? Why are we looking so slow at the moment? Don't we have speed on those boots? I don't think we do we? We don't have any speed. Oh crikey, that's why we're slow. Oh man, right, we need to do we have a Topaz of Swiftness in here to correct that? Yes, I thought we'd found one on the way. Now, what level is that? 16, that's fine. So we've got to put that in somewhere. Resistance. I know we have a will save there. I don't think we have anything helping the other saves, do we? Right, it's got to go in a... Right, for now we'll throw it in the electric resistance thing in the boots, because we're not bothered for that at the moment, are we? So let's throw that in there. I thought we were going a bit slowly. I just assumed these boots had speed on as well. I was thinking of the black feather boots from this chain, actually, Borderlands, which do have that. I think that might actually help with our attack speed as well. Not 100% sure. Okay, let's get on with it. So we've... how long is rage lasting now? Rage is lasting over 4 minutes, so that's great. And we're no longer fatigued by finishing a rage, so that's nice too. Hit the temp hit points there for the Reaper. These big crowds. Oh, these big crowds. If we can just survive. Get that crown on the floor. Oh, that hurts. But that's got to be about the toughest test we're going to face in the whole chain, one would think. So if we can survive that kind of thing, let's just not do anything stupid. Wait till we get to the max again, out of combat. Gonna use the dodge bonus for this coming one. Knocked a couple over, that's tasty. Nice, okay, good stuff. Push on. Okay, so that heal is making a big difference for us. I'd be interested to hear some of you who play Barbarian more often than I do, or have, what you do for your trees, like on the legendary. Do you give up a tree so you can have a heal, or do you rely on other party members for that? I think this would have been a really good character for going like with another, well, any partner who had a heal, because he wouldn't take that much, and he does put out quite a lot of damage. I have given him Intimidate just in case he groups with anyone. I suppose I could have used it to help take the heat off a support cleric, but that's really not my thing. Just gotta keep remembering to keep the little temporary things going. Get that crown on the floor. So the odd thing in here, we can stun, but not too many of them. Just have a quick look, see if we can find the page in here. Sometimes it's squirreled away in between these benches.
Whispery voices call to you.
Not this time.
Shouldn't be here. Step away from that. Run, you fool.
Okay. Hit everything. Nice knockdown, yes. Now where's the boss guy gone? I'm not bothered about killing him totally, just get him to run away and that'll do for me. Get the quest completion. Okay, off you go. Now, codex page, nope. Not in here either. I think that should open. Even if he runs away, this thing opens once he's disappeared down the passage. I think there we go. Oh, enchanted horseshoe. That's a rare one. If you didn't know, that's to upgrade a horse, which you can get from the wandering around the Borderlands rares. Picking up feathers. 15 feathers I think gets you a horse, and this upgrades the speed of the horse from 80 to 100 as far as I remember. It's like a ranged piece. Not the best, well, certainly not for this character, but we'll take it. And we'll continue our hunt for the missing codex page. As far as I know, there are only 2 more places it could be.
Unseen
And that's
forces
one of them.
moving from the shadows of this chamber.
Happy days.
Take us with you. Take us away.
Now the fact that door was open suggests the guy maybe went down here and disappeared somewhere down here. Okay, now if we could do that one, this one should be a fair bit easier because these are vulnerable to our crowd control.
You can see Knoll guards ahead, blocking the
That was
entrance.
also a higher level, wasn't it? So
Just as you brace yourself for a fight, another Knoll calls out to you in a
let's
shrill
give him
voice.
some pain.
Eula Bloodgleam, daughter of the Knoll chieftain, has given you a charm of evil chaos to help you infiltrate the camp. She and the Knoll Outlanders want to leave the Borderlands.
I always forget to speak to somebody or click on something in here.
Way inside, I've got just the thing. But I might need something myself.
Oros Sandcloak lets you in on a secret. Chief Bloodgleam has been lying to the Outlanders about sending their comrades to join the cult. If you can prove that Outlanders are being killed as sacrifices instead, it will destroy their loyalty to the chief.
Just to put those 60s into context when we're fully boosted up. Low 60s is where we were at the end of the Alchemist life with our crowd control DCs. So I'd say that's pretty tasty. Well, the only thing we're missing is the insightful combat mastery, which we had on the trusty rock slide ring from the Fae.
Boomfoot reveals that Zark Sootclub, the renowned Outlander fighter, can't stand the sight of blood. Time to let Zark know what you know.
I think we did everything. Oops. Pressed the wrong one for him. that it?
The Knoll nods in
Okay.
agreement. You've convinced enough Knoll Outlanders to turn against Chief Bloodgleam and her cultists. You've convinced members of the tribe to turn against the Cult of Evil Chaos and found proof that Chief Bloodgleam has been lying about sending the Outlanders to work with the cultists. This should be more than enough to create an uprising in the Knoll's ranks. Chief Bloodgleam bellows at the crowd.
You would trust this outsider over your own chief? Have you forgotten everything the cult has done for you idiots?
Calm before the storm.
The Outlanders seem to reconsider. But you have something that
Hopefully
will
there
convince
won't be a raft of
them.
reapers
You
pop
hold
up in here.
Greymaw's bloody ring and reveal that you found it in the chief's shrine.
Chief said Greymaw joined the cult!
Someone shouts.
But Greymaw never took off that ring! He's dead! And will be dead!
All the boosts are going. Went straight in with the crowd control. Oh, that Hezro. Let's try and stay out of the way of that bugger if we can. Got the Hezro down. Let's try the Hood of Unrest too. So we can finally cast that while raging thanks to the draconic enhancement.
Another group of gnolls rushes into the chamber.
Stun the buggers. Right, it's on cooldown. Go on, hammer them.
You think you've won against the onslaught
Now we
of
can
Gnoll
stun them. Oh crud, there's a Hezro. I'm using the temp hit points as well as the normal ones.
Blood-stained earth.
I think that went
Single
pretty well.
cultist remains standing. The Outlanders cheer, relieved that they can finally leave the Borderlands behind.
So having seen what we've seen here, the goal now is to get through this chain without dying. If we can do that, I'll be absolutely delighted.
He laughs with her. There must be more
Why
of these
can't
two
we-
than initially
ah.
seemed. With Chief Bloodgloom and the other cultists out of the way, Eula and Oro
Another
finally
horseshoe,
escape
wow.
the wilds together. As they turn to leave, Eula tells you to hold on to the charm of evil chaos.
I don't
she
think we
made
can get through here,
in
can we?
case you need help defeating the rest of the cult.
No. Although we do have a diamond of spellcraft on our gear, but oh yes, 20! Happy days. It's a sign, I tell you, a sign. Well, I couldn't have asked for a more positive start than that. It's always nice to come back in a positive fashion after a defeat like we had in the last one, or as you could just say, overreaching ourselves, because that was excessively ambitious. The best thing to do, as one of you has already suggested, if you're looking for stuff from the Vecna, or you just want to run through it, take your early epic character like we are now, and then go through with it, and we would have been immeasurably better. Even though we were struggling to get those Slard down, they would struggle to get us down now with the healing ticking along in the background, plus the blood tribute. That makes us a lot more durable, I think. Is that it for the buffs? Oh no, I haven't done the energy resist, have I?
You enter the caves, determined to eliminate another threat to the residents of the keep.
Straight down, beautiful.
As the last
Oof,
goblin
where did
rises,
that lightning
you
thing
notice
come
something
from?
glittering in
Was
the
that
debris
Zoom
of
that
the
did that?
makeshift wooden walkway. The lock on this stout door does not look pickable. The guardroom door opens with the
Don't get
metal
surrounded.
metal, rousing stars to the far side.
taking some hammer from that guy. Not good. These always seem to come out, so I'm trying to head them off. Right, now this is a potential sticking point, isn't it? Let's get the temp hit points up, get everything going. Gonna be some more, aren't there? Come on then, let's have you. He hurt, so the crowns, yeah, dangerous. Oh, 5,000 to a stunned target. That's definitely a new record.
As the door opens, a small goblin cries out.
Me chief now. You go away.
You're not chief for much longer.
Looking
Okay.
around, you spot an iron key in the back of the chamber.
Yeah, I think it was a good decision to boost the positive power and make the most of that renewal. It's doing an awesome job for us. Crown caster just left alone at the back. Don't do that. Oh dear, yeah, and he smashed us for it, quite rightly so.
This heavy iron-bound door is fitted with an unpickable magical lock. The door swings open on well-oiled hinges, startling the hobgoblins on the far side.
Still, so far, so good.
You hear the sounds of guttural chanting coming from the chamber ahead.
Get the cast.
A magical barrier seals off the passage. Perhaps the magical runes on the wall are the key to opening it.
I'm always quiet when that thing is going on because I'm totally incapable of memorizing it and continuing the conversation. In fact, I'm not very good at multitasking of any kind. That was a nice spot for the crowd control. Wow. Yeah, double crowns at the front and we hammered them, didn't we? Just like they've been doing to us. So more than satisfying. So yeah, if we can get in the fullness of time a stun that also does the a legendary dreadnought attack that also does the stun to give us that helpless damage, that's gonna be awesome.
A massive
Beautiful.
iron gate bars this passage.
Crud, there's a Reaper in there. Hit him, come on. not a Hezro as well. Get the boost going. Defences up. They can be so bad. I tried to stun him, it didn't work. Although I think he died before it could take effect. Right, yeah. Just a reminder where it needed. Not to be going along in cruise control thinking you've got it. Whenever we get knocked down like that on the health, I start throwing the temp hit points in to try and help us a bit. When we're in combat, the heal obviously doesn't work very well. Come on then if you're coming. Have some stunnage. Beautiful. Go on, get down. Yes. We are going to the end fight, people.
The wall in the armory slides open.
Now we've no
You can barely escape.
dodge boost to use, but we do have our Hood of Unrest. No we don't. 10 seconds worth. Okay. I much preferred this when it didn't have the timer, but I think there's some kind of an exploit that has caused them to do that, so fair enough. We'll keep the temp hit points going. I don't really want to stop the flow of attacks to do a heal, so if we can manage on temp hit points in the end fights, that'll be good.
Dead. The hobgoblin chieftain lurches out of his throne with a
Nice
roar.
job. And a nice little item for any roguey type character. So this is looking good so far. I'm cautiously optimistic. I know some of you could say it's only the Borderlands, but I've been hammered in here plenty enough on early epic characters to know that what we're doing here is okay.
Small, squalid cave entrances dot the ravine walls. These must be the Caves of Chaos, where the cultists and their monster allies have made their base.
Let's push on. Is this the one where you can fall down that hole? I bet it is. Please let's not fall down the hole. It makes things so much easier if we could stay out of there. So 422 at the moment for rage, that's great. Jump over the hole.
Most of the kobolds scramble to defend their cave at the side of you, while one of their members stands away.
Yes, get stuck in, that's beautiful. Knock these over as well.
Kobold tribe might win the war against you.
Nice, nice. Oh, beautiful stunnage. Let's try and hold them at this door if they'll come. They won't come, okay. And we've got a Hezro and a Fear Reaper, oh crikey, okay, Blood Tribute, get the heal going. Keep the Blood Tribute going, get rid of this damn Fear Reaper. Oh, there's still one in the corner there. You little bugger. And another one. Not the best, not the best, but we survived. Hallowed gauntlets. We're getting some items, not the best for our build, but any of these Borderlands level 21s are nice. Early epic gear for some builds. So it's well worth keeping a little stash of them. Okay, now are we going to have to fight these, or are they going to be They're going to be alright with us. Let's not take any chances. Everything is
An
up.
elderly kobold demands your attention, calling for the cessation of hostilities.
Nice job.
The
Okay.
kobolds react to the news of their chief's death with what seems like relief. The elderly kobold offers you a reward for freeing her tribe from the tyrannical war chief.
Another
secret
one
door
down.
slides open in the common chamber. You've made a deal
A
with the
few
tribe.
named
Strike down
items
their
to the
leader
good.
to gain their support.
And now up to the Minotaur lair. Let's keep pushing.
The door behind you seals shut as you enter. There's
Okay, what
now
have we got
only
here?
one way to go.
Scorpions, I think, isn't it?
Forward. That's fine with you, as this cave is said to contain much
We
treasure.
stunned the big one.
A burly minotaur stands behind a magical barrier, guarding a pile of
Ooh,
treasure.
ooh, ooh, no, 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 no. I guess we do have the solution for bats with the
Minotaur
AoE.
snorts.
Greed draws you adventurers like moths to the flame. Have fun starving in my cave with the treasure just out.
We did a pretty good number on that Reaper. That was... I couldn't have asked for too much more.
This crest matches one of the sockets on the minotaur's barrier. There must be more somewhere in the cave.
Come on then if you're coming, you miserable bats. Not too bad. Certainly nowhere near as bad as on any ranged character. Can we knock that thing down? No, sadly no. Let's try and get rid of the minions. Go on, get him. Yes, we can knock it down. I must have just missed it first time. Happy days. Go on, get stuck in. Nice. So some of these nastier things that are resistant to crits, like that thing clearly was, they can be dealt with by a nice knockdown.
This should be enough crests to fill all of the sockets on the minotaur's barrier.
There's some rats pop up here, don't they? Yeah. Oh, nice stunnage. Let's make sure everything is on that should be. I think we'll do the Hood of Unrest. Oh, it's still on the timer. Okay, we'll do the dodge boost then.
With all three crests neatly fitted into their sockets, the magical barrier
Get the 10 hit points up.
the infuriating
Knock some of those down. Happy days. Go on, get him. Nice.
minotaur's bellow is cut short as it collapses. Now the treasure the creature had been guarding is yours for the taking.
It's not a bad little item. Dropped really lucky for the items. As far as I know, on Heroic, you're always guaranteed an item in the end chests. But on Epic, it's certainly not the case. So we've been very lucky to keep getting things. are nearing the end. I think this counts as you watch. It's going to all turn to dust now, but it counts as a really positive beginning. I think in this chain you're only ever one Hezro crown away from a disaster, but so far I'm more than happy at what I've seen.
As you walk deeper into the cave, you hear deep, guttural voices in the distance. You notice
Nice
a
job.
small iron key in the corner of the room.
Oops.
This door seems to be sealed by powerful magic. The iron lock creaks as it opens. You hear hurried
Hold the
footsteps
door.
approaching.
That was a nice one. Got 3 of them. Beautiful. And got a Hezro for my troubles. Can we knock him down? I tried. Did we knock him down? We might have done. Wow. Maybe that's the Hezro Achilles heel, because we certainly wouldn't have been able to stun him, would we, with the fortitude save those boys have got.
The smell of meat cooking
I'll try and
wafts
remember that.
tantalizingly down the corridor.
Oh, another beautiful stun. Yes.
You notice the heap of silver in the far corner of this chamber. As the first lever is pulled, the crystal above it flares into light.
We have quite a nice range on that stun away from us, I guess because there's a two-handed weapon has a wider arc.
The image of a small silver key is embossed on this surprisingly well-crafted rock. As the silver rock flips open, you hear the muffled voices of Bloodlands ahead.
Nice job. Yes, just how we like it.
As the second lever is pulled, you can hear the rumble of the sealed door sliding open.
I'm glad the gear seems to be holding up, because apart from one ring, I don't have any plans to change anything later into the epic. Oh, we took a big smash there from that crown. Big smash. I'm keeping going with the temporaries. Try and help us a bit, and we won't go in the boss room until we've got rid of all this damage we've sustained. Can we do a Hood of Unrest now? Yeah. Okay. So we should be almost invincible in here from the boss at least.
A massive bug
Get this caster out of the way. Go on, get stuck in. That's what we like to see.
you notice a small
Dirty
ornate
cheating for the
key on
win.
table in the
I think we
far
probably
corner.
had a 95% dodge chance during that. The Hood of Unrest gives us 50, and the improved uncanny dodge another 50. But I think the cap is 95 for
The
dodge.
door to the treasury opens with a satisfying click.
And another item, wow. Oh, combat, oh, it's combat mastery. Where does it go? It goes on the neck. I can't swap it out because we've got the family thing. But that's that would be an awesome item otherwise for our build. Everything there is top drawer. Combat mastery, accuracy, deadly, melee, alacrity. Definitely going to hold on to that because I don't have one. Maybe the game's seeing fit to reward us, because we weren't rewarded last time for the failure. Perhaps in success it's sending us some half-decent loot. I will gladly take it. We do have other melee lives coming up, so I'm sure that could see some use. What was I going to say? I've been checking, talking of rune arms and artificers. The rune arm that I do have, I've got 2 from the Tethiamar chain, electrical ones, which look pretty good, but they look more melee oriented with insightful and quality combat mastery on. So maybe I need to rethink about a caster arty and do a melee one instead. The reason I wasn't thinking along those lines is we have an imbalance of melee and caster. So I was thinking if I did the arty as a caster, it would be a bit of a different vibe from something like this.
Fearing for their lives, the people of the keep
Where
have
am I
asked
going?
for your help dealing with 2 orc tribes that dwell inside this cave.
I was so preoccupied
Each
making
direction
sure
leads to
I
a
got all
different
the
tribe's
boosts
home.
and things on. I forgot the route. That's tasty. Get the dangerous ones down. Except we didn't, did we? That front one didn't go down. Oh, I've got a problem here with this Hezro. Big problem. Yeah, much spikier damage here in Epic. But in this quest at least we are getting the respite needed to restore our health in between times. Okay, all the boosts, dodge as well. Come on. Temporary hit points. More temporary hit points. Nice. So that's going to be the way I've chosen. I think that might be a shape of things to come. Will be very good against the trash and such, at least I hope so. But the bosses is going to be more of a problem because we don't have that spiky damage that an adrenaline destiny would have given us. Do we have everything going? I think we do. Hood of Unrest? No, still on cooldown. Okay, we'll have to manage. Can we get rid of all these little things first? Yeah. I'm gonna keep smashing away on the temp hit points. And we're gonna win. Yes.
Grinding gears can be heard once
Now
again
those temp hit
as a
points
gate
are going to
opens
be
somewhere in the cave.
becoming more with more epic levels, aren't they? So that should become a little bit more useful. Just as a bit of a stopgap when I don't fancy stopping an attack animation to squeeze a heal in. We don't have quicken obviously, so it does sort of slow things up when I stop to do the heal. Having said that, that's another acceptable win. And I think that leaves us... Is it just one away now from the goal? I think there's just the owlbear to do, isn't there? Yeah. It could be a fitting end. Hopefully we'll have our Hood of Unrest back then and we can use the double cheating dodge bonus to try to get a good head start on him before he starts mauling us. In the meantime, we've got to get to him in one piece. go and get
Judging from the
stuck
old
in.
bones scattered on the floor, something large and dangerous has lived in this
Oh,
world
that was
for
a
some
silly
time.
misplay. I wasted the trip when they were already stunned.
Suggests that there have been some more recent arrivals.
What's going on here, people? They weren't hitting him for some reason. Okay. Hold the door. That's nice. That's even nicer. Got the Hezro down. Wow! Yes! Beautiful. So that's the weakness of the Hezro, the reflex save. Timeless,
The cult of evil chaos has set a time.
countless times rather, I've been in here with casters and in other chains with Hezro and been utterly mauled by those things, not really having an answer for them. It seems to me like Trip is the answer we have been craving. Hello, happy stunners. Where are we at now? We're at 63 and 65. That's just awesome. We're in a bit of trouble now though. Can we stun? Yes! Get him! Go on! Keep the hit points up. That's nice.
You must now confront the creature he tried to tame.
Oh god, I'm having trouble in these little caves. Come on. This one for the win.
You spot skittering
7 nicely
inside
done
the
quests and
cavern
it
chamber
all
ahead.
comes down to
You
this.
can also see the nest of something much larger.
So, we want Hood of Unrest and the other thing on. Oh shit, there's 10 seconds left. Oh, what a mess. Okay. Maybe he won't come. Yes, I think he will. Okay, let's try and hit the Hood of Unrest now. Get him. Come on, everything in. Get your hat back on. Are we going to have enough here to kill him before he kills us? I'm not sure. I think the Hood of Unrest is going to run out soon, and then we're going to see just how hard he hits. Just watching the temp hit points. Yes, yes.
Ending the cult's
Just
plan
about
to
hung
make
on.
the
A bit
beast
shabby at the
into
end,
the
but we'll
resource
take it.
residents of the valley.
And that, I think, is everything. And that's one delighted half-orc. I really wasn't... I never am going into these early epic. I just remember back to that Tempest life we did when I put quite some effort into the gear, 2 drow scimitars of the weapon master and all that kind of thing. Spent 10 minutes discussing how nice they were, and then 10 seconds getting annihilated in the quest. So, yeah, that is more than pleasing. And to have an answer for the Hezro as well, because it's not the last time we'll see the Hezro in the epic leveling. I'm sure there'll be plenty in the, like, Lords of Dust Chain and Demon Web and all that kind of stuff. So to know that we've got a workable answer against them, at least for now, is making me very happy indeed. Okay, I think that's about it for this one. Ending on a high note and coming back with a bang. So looking forward to what the remainder of the epic life has for us. The only gear change I'm going to do when we get to 21, I plan to swap out this, because we'll have we can have Ghostly in the Dreadnought tree there, and Stunning we could have on our weapon if we decide to go with the Drow Axe of the Weapon Master. We could have Stunning on that. So, and that's the only two really that's of import there. The accuracy is covered by other items. The Demon Heart thing is quite nice, but it's like a little bit of temporary hit points on occasion when we get hit. And that would be swapped out for the Whispering Ring from the chain we've just done. If I can find the bugger. That one, is it? Yeah. So Topaz of melee power would be quite nice. Quality accuracy, quality deadly, nice. The other two not relevant to the build, but we did, you might remember, make very good use of the assassinate side of that when we were doing the monk life and the bird tree. The bird was using that for its attacks. Okay, so yeah, that's the only change I would plan to make, and at 21 we have to decide between the Drow Axe and this epic zoom. Aside from that, I think we're on a really positive track, and I just hope it can continue. Thank you very much as always for looking, and I'll speak to you next time. Take care.